Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I got a question for y'all. Like, subscribe, notify. Y'all know what the rules are. Comment section below, description below. You know what the rules are. I was going through my youth. You know how when you have those back in the day moments and things, and something really stuck out in my mind today. And I want to ask this question and pose this question to my audience. Have you ever seen a super famous Filipina actress or even an actor that was dark skinned? Have you ever come across a dark skinned famous Filipino actor or actress or celebrity? And I try to go through my mind and trying to find somebody that is super famous. Now, I'm not saying that they don't exist. Like, there aren't some well-known, best word I would use is well-known, actor, actresses, or people in the industry or whatever that you know about. One person that comes to mind, I think her name is Bianca Gonzalez. If I say that wrong, I'm sorry. Bianca. She was a dark-skinned young lady that I was well aware of. She used to do the Pinoy Big Brother stuff. And also one of my favorite of all times. I don't know if you would necessarily consider him to be dark-skinned, but he was dark-skinned in my opinion. Derek Ramsey. That was my guy right there. I fuck with Derek Ramsey. But outside of those particular two, and again, Derek Ramsey is not really that dark at all. But outside of those two, I honestly could not go through the catalog and figure out if there was anybody famous or well-known that was a dark-skinned Filipino celebrity. Now, I hate to have these conversations because they become mundane and they become stupid and they become repetitive, but we are already well aware of the programming that goes in the minds of most Filipinos about the idea of having white skin. Okay? It's automatic. Like you got white skin, you're praised. You're admired and things like that. And people want to be around you, and people want to know you, and people want to, they're fascinated with you. I mean, even to an extent, being a white foreigner traveling to the Philippines, whether you're old, balding, young, six-pack, one-pack, no-pack, big nose, long nose, beady eyes, small eyes, big eyes, no eyes, blind, whatever. Y'all are going to be in demand too. I've noticed that. They don't care what you look like if you're white. And I'll tell you the truth, they really don't give a fuck about what you look like if you're white. Now, you know Doc is known for making his videos about how they feel about African American men and things like that. And I stay and hold true to what I believe to be true about African American men in reference to traveling to the Philippines and the type of love that we are to receive as well. But never have you ever heard me say that, my people are going to get more love than the white guys, because that would be me lying to my audience, and that would be me lying to myself. You know better than that. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if if only 5%, 2%, or even 1% of the Philippine population has a love and admiration for somebody who looks like me. You want to know why? Because that 1% is a large percent, bruh. Note that 1% is a large percent. So it doesn't matter whether they rock with us or not in reference to what our skin type is, because all I know is that there's going to be available women in the country for everybody. But as I think about my Filipino celebrity crushes and the ones that I used to love, they were all white skinned. Although I didn't give a fuck about whether they were white skinned did or not. I know my stutter. White skinned did or not. You know what Doc cared about. If any of y'all ever listened to my live streams, you know exactly what the Doc cared about. Okay, it had nothing to do with her skin complexion. But it baffles me and it wows me a lot, even when we have these conversations personally, because it's like, guys, most foreigners that I know like dark-skinned Filipinas. Like, the majority of them like dark-skinned, provincial-skinned. And I know that you could be in the province and be a little bit whiter and everything, but y'all like the provincial-skinned, even though I'm not trying to label, but let's be honest, most women in the province do have a darker skin complexion. They admire them more than they care about the white skin because of how common the white skin is. You know what I'm saying? Go to China, I'm about to say Japan, China, and Japan, and places like that. You know, those white skinned Asians exist in those particular areas, right? But every white foreigner I've ever seen was dating somebody dark skinned. Every last one of them that dated in the country is dating somebody of a darker skin complexion. Not dark like myself, but a browner skin complexion. So it's like, what is the fascination with it? We could talk about Spanish colonizations and shit. Like I said, we could talk about it because it's a part of the culture and everything like that. But we could talk about it and drive it in and drive it home and talk about how the brainwashing and how you were considered to be beautiful if you were white and all of that stuff. But yet and still, that's just a Filipino societal thought, right? That's the crazy part about it. It's only in the Philippines where I've ever seen this shit happen. Ever. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist in other countries, but only in the Philippines have I ever seen the obsession with white skin. In the United States, what are white girls trying to do? Tan. Say that one more time. In the United States of America, what are these white girls trying to do? Especially the pasty pale ones. They're trying to tan. They want to darken their skin complexion. So it's literally an ass backward concept. And only in the Philippines have I ever seen and or heard of people caring about skin complexion. I've never seen that anywhere else. Maybe you guys have seen it somewhere else in other countries, but only in the Philippines have I ever seen the obsession with skin whitening and things like that. The lighter you are, the more you're accepted, right? But for us foreigners coming in, most of us don't even care about skin complexion. Like I said, granted, I'll be the first to admit my young lady is of a whiter skin complexion. I don't know how that happened. She was just beautiful to me, so that's why I'm with her, period. Had nothing to do with what her skin complexion looked like, all right? But a lot of foreigners are dating women who are darker skinned. And it baffles me that most Filipinos and people in general don't see that. If your idea or your ideal is to attract a foreigner, trust me, I don't really think the first thing on their mind is what your skin complexion looks like. And that's just me. I know I might be overgeneralizing. Maybe some people do care about skin complexion. Maybe if you're Spanish or Spanish blood, maybe you care about skin complexion. Maybe if you're Korean, you know, K-pop and all of that stuff, it's very rare you come across a dark-skinned Korean as well. I mean, I think I've never come across a dark-skinned Korean. I'm not saying they don't exist, but for the most part, most of them are hella white. And like in certain areas, like I said, China, Japan, and Korea and places like that, maybe they would care. And maybe they are catering to these groups of foreigners too. Maybe, just maybe. That's something to talk about at a later date. But overall, your average foreigner that's coming from the West, I should say, not from the, you know, the East, 9 times out of 10, they're dating darker skinned Filipinas. Like, the majority of the time, they're dating dark skinned Filipinas. So I'm thinking, what is the purpose of you doing all of this shit, paying all this money for the shit, going to holler at Vicky Bello to get your skin up to date? Because that's what all the fucking celebrities use, Vicky Bello's clinic. I don't know. See, yeah, I don't know if y'all know what Vicky Bello looks like. Wow. I'll put it to you like this, man. If Vicky Bello was the endorser for her own product, I don't think I would want. I would not want to look like that. Okay, just gonna be honest, man. And again, I'm just talking shit. But again, you know, people go, you know, your celebrities go to these people for the skin whitening treatments and stuff like that. But ultimately, most foreigners care about darker skin, Morena, Filipinas. Whether you look like me, whether you're white, the majority of you guys date darker skinned Filipinas. So I thought about if my favorite celebrity, if I could ever think of one that was white skinned, dark skinned, that was super famous and stuff like that. Yeah, none. There's none. I mentioned 2 earlier on, and that was it. Those were the only 2, and even then, I might be wrong about. I know her name was Bianca. I might be wrong about the last name. And if I'm wrong, I'll try to correct it and pin a comment to the top or write it in the description area if I'm wrong, okay? What the actual name is. All right, but something to think about, man. Something to marinate on, man. Why are y'all so caught up with white skin when most of the ones that foreigners are interested or intrigued by are dark skinned it? All right? Marinate on that, man. I hope you guys have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. It's been a good time, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed. With that being said, Good Doc is officially out. At least not go by alarm, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahagita. Mabuhay. Peace.